Now we're doing FreeCodeCamp Legacy Python for everybody. Networking, web scraping with Python, exercise, URLlib. All right, no, URLlib. No, URLlib. Anyway, that's hilarious. Yes, I know. Let's go. There we go. Boom.
Welcome to Python for Everybody.
Thank you.
We are going to be talking about some code. If you want to download all the code, it's right here.
We will not be
big zip file. And
I mean, you can. It's right there. It's in a single big zip file. But fact is, all right, like I said in yesterday's video, all these and more, this guy has typed out this stuff and more in his bajillion-year career as a coder, right? So yeah, of course he's going to be just saying, okay, there's go click the thing. No, we are going to type these out because we need to know what's going on, right? Of course. So let's get out our handy dandy text editor, right? We've got socket py on there from yesterday. I decided we're going to make a new folder to put these things, these like libraries and whatever's in. So we'll come over here. We'll click outside of the thing. Actually, let's get rid of 09. No, we got to keep it open. Let's click outside the thing anyway, and let's make a new folder and call it py4e exercises for now, I guess. Let's call it exercises for now. Should we call them tools? Let's call them algorithms. Wait, they're going to be all just like these. Internet algorithms. You want to call them that? Internet algorithms? Nah, let's call it exercises. Let's call it internet algorithms. Let's do that. I like that. So we're going to get that, and we're going to get socket1.py. So this thing that we made yesterday, toss it right in here. All right. Move. Okay, good. So now we've got that. If we want to access, I don't think we're going to be accessing clown or intro anymore. I think we're going to be just pulling stuff off the internet from here on out. So we don't even need to deal with that stuff anymore. So anyway, we got socket1.py, and then we're doing this new one, URLlib1. So let's do that. Let's a little cooler looking, a little cleaner, a little less. All right, that's what I'm going for. So yeah, let's make this new one URLlib1.py, right? So let's come down to here, inside of internet algorithms. All right, so we're in here. Let's make a new file, and we're going to call it URLlib1.py. So URLlib1.py. Enter. Excellent. All right, so let's copy this stuff down. Did we do that on socket? No, we didn't. Did we? No, we didn't. Okay, let's copy this stuff down. So we're going to import URLlib.request. Boom, right there. It already knows what we want. We're also going to get URLlib.parse. It knows what we want. And we're also going to get URLlib.error. There it is right there. All right. So we got that. We've got file handle here. File handle equals URL.request.URL.open. Okay, so it knows that one too. We're going to put in here hypertext transfer protocol : data.pr4e.org/romeo.txt. Okay, so we got that in there. And then we're going to do a for loop after that. Let's put a little space. How about that? No, it's not actually. For line in file handle, all right, we're going to say print line.decode.strip. Strip. Boom. All right. Pardon me. And let's save this and let's run it. All right, let's run it while we're here. Reveal in File Explorer right here. We right click the tab And then we've got URLlib right here. We don't need that. We're going to come up here to this little bar. I don't know what we call that. But we're going to do the command line here. CMD. Boom. Open it up. Tab. Tab. Okay, 2 tabs. And then we'll come to the front of this and we'll say Python like thus. Enter. And wouldn't you know it, this went to the internet and it pulled this out and it gave it to us just like that. So unlike yesterday's when we ran socket, hold on, let's do a tab on this. Let's get rid of all this and then run tab. All right, socket.py home. We say, what do we say, Python? Yeah, we do. You say, oh, that's because I put code main S in there. It would have gave us all this, plus maybe HTML if it was on there. Oh, it's just the text file. It would have just given us metadata and the poem. Oh, I shouldn't have changed it. Well, whatever. Anyway, you didn't see that. All right, so yeah, the thing works. Let's continue with the film.
All this sample code, the one I'm going to talk about is URLlib1.py. It is not very exciting. It's short. That's what's kind of nice about Python code. And it's really, if we go and take a look at the code we played with just previously, which is socket, the idea here is URLlib is something that Python has produced for us to make socket communications and HTTP communications a lot better. So socket, this is making socket calls underneath it, but there's a library that makes this quite simple. And so we have to do some imports. So instead of importing socket, we'll import these, and we're going to create a handle.
My question is, why do we need these if we're not using it? And why didn't we? I don't know. Let's go ask the expert. While we're here, while we're chilling, let's go ask the expert. Let me go call up the expert real quick and see what we can do. Hey, expert. Hello. There he is. Let's ask ChatGPT why we need this stuff. All right. So let's say this in this code. All right, put a little, what is that thing called? Semicolon there so it knows to break it up. What's this for? And let's get this and slap it in there. I mean, I'm sure we know what request is for, probably. Actually, let's get the request to, let's get this. Let's get the whole line. What's this for? Boom. Slap. Let's see what it says. This line imports 3 modules from Python's URLlib library. URLlib library. URLlib. All right. This module, the request, is used for opening and reading URLs. In our code, this .open is used to open this, to open the Romeo and Juliet thing and read the contents of the web source, okay? URLlib.parse, pardon me. This module provides functions for parsing URLs, breaking them down into components, true, or constructing URLs. While it's imported here, it isn't used in the current code snippet. True, that's what I was thinking. URL library error. This module contains classes and functions for handling errors that might occur when working with URLs, such as connection errors. It's imported to handle possible exceptions, though it's not actively used in this code. Yeah, so if the thing didn't work, this would have enacted it. But this one we didn't need. That's what I thought, honestly. That's exactly what I thought. Anyway, so in summary, we're importing these modules to enable URL handling. But in this specific example, only URLlib.request is being used. Although if the thing didn't work, this would pop up. This would pop off, I should say. The other two, this one and this one, are imported but not necessary unless we want to add more functionality like URL parsing or error handling. Oh, so I guess we, what? Hold on. Okay. Well, I'm at ChatGPT right now. So let's see. So the error thing wouldn't pop off unless we told it to. Yes, exactly. So even if the connection was foul, it wouldn't pop off? Correct. Okay. Well, turns out. Okay. So that's what I wanted to know. Let's come back and watch some more video.
Open and just pass in a string. So we're not encoding this. We're not sending get command. All the stuff we did in the previous sockets example is gone. And then we can just put this as a for loop. And so we're not using this lower level read and write code. We're just using a for loop. And so that literally is going to read the text line by line. And the line does come back as an array of bytes, so we have to do a decode, but then we got a string, and then we can do a strip on it. So this is like a super simple. So there we go. Now the interesting.
Excellent. So yeah, just like ours, it works on his.
Thing is you also don't see the headers. We just read the content.
Just like
now, it turns out in URLlib, and we'll see this in later more complex application, you can get the headers if you want. You can get various other things. So that's URLlib, a simple URLlib tool.
There we go.
Now we can also use this in URL words.
Okay. Push pause. We're going to make a new one. All right, so as we can see in this one, it's still got this going on. It's got a file handle, and it's going to go do the same Romeo and Juliet thing, so we can use that too. It's got a for loop, all right? We can still use our for loop. It's got a print, but it's different. We can change it, all right? So let's come over to the VS Code, and let's come over here to File, Service As, and then we're going to come down here and call it URLwords.py. URLwords.py. That's what we don't need the .py. URL words. This is 2024. It knows it's Python, like there, right there. Pardon me. Boom. Okay, so let's change this up. So we're good on this. We're good on this. We're putting a space in between that, and we're going to make a counts over here on line 5. Counts equals new dictionary. All right. And then for line and file handles, we're going to do something. We're not going to print. We don't print until later, and it's going to be outside the for loop. So let's drop that down. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to say for line and file handles, words, we're going to make this words variable, I should say, equals line.decode.split. Boink. Like that. Oh, we got to do this too with decode. All right. So it's going to decode the line, and it's going to split it by the spaces, because we know that's what the default split is in Python, which is very useful, actually. And then we're going to make another for loop, an embedded for loop, or whatever we call this, for word in words. All right. So it's going to go through that word list. We're going to say inside of this list, for each word in the list, we're going to say counts. The dictionary counts at word is going to now equal counts.get word or 0 plus 1. All right. So it's going to be whatever number's there already, if it's already there, or if it's not there, it's going to say it's now 0. So it'll go to whatever the first word was. Can't see it, but it'll go to the first word, it'll put it in there and say it's 0, and then add 1 to it. Just like we went over the first time we saw this thing. All right, so now we've got that, and then we're going to print counts. All right, so we're going to print the counts dictionary, the histogram we just made, And that should be it. Let's save it and let's run it. Do we still have no, we don't have it open. Let's open File Explorer. Come over here. Command. We already did that, so we'll do it again. Boom. Let's run this one. URLlib. No, URL words. All right. So we'll do this. Go home. Type Python in front of it. Enter. And you can see we've got this histogram. But soft what light through yonder window breaks. It is the... Okay. That was just my acting, right? Anyway, so there's that. It looks like it works. And let's watch the rest of this until we get to another part that I feel I need to explain.
To show you something quite
That was acting.
interesting, and that is, if you look at this from right here, other than the decode, this is exactly the code we wrote to compute the words, right? So line, other than this line.decode, this is just a open something up. In this case, we're going to open a URL. We're going to create a dictionary. We're going to loop through each of the lines in that thing. We're going to decode them and then split them. So once you do line.decode, this is now a legitimate internal Python string. We split it, we run through the words, and run the counts. And so this is exactly like code that we did before to run counts. And so
yes,
Python 3 URL words. And so that gives us a dictionary, which is the word frequency. And we could do all kinds of crazy stuff in here, you know, with sorting and all the kinds of things. The important thing is once you've done this and this, the code, other than the need to decode these lines when you first get them, it really works just like makes a URLlib makes URLs function inside Python very much like files. So these are short and to the point and very simple, and I hope that they were useful to you.
They were. And they will continue to be useful to us throughout our lives. Okay, so there's that. Let's go back over here. I don't think we got to do anything else. We don't. So basically, it seems like we're just copying down these algorithms, which is cool. That's fine. I'm cool with it. So there's that. So now we're on to exercise URL links, and we'll see you next time.